Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Read Aloud with me and Spike today. It was relaxing. I hope you all are doing well. You're happy, safe, healthy. I want to say before I read With the Might of Angels by Andrea Davis Pinkney, I do have permission from Scholastic to read. I also want to say, I'm sure you heard that we will not be coming back to school for the rest of the school year. I'm truly saddened by this news. I will miss all of you every day and seeing your faces, but I know we can get through this together, and I'll continue to communicate with you as your teacher, and I'm not going anywhere. All right. Happy Friday, and let's pick up where we left off here. Spike might help me read. We'll see. All right, Saturday, July 10th, 1954, diary book. Today was Goober's 9th birthday and my turn to give him a special gift. I decided to take Goober to Ruddle Edge Street where Mr. Albert sells bags of roasted peanuts with salt. He peddles peanuts from a cart along with squash, peaches, rhubarb. Mr. Albert is a member at Shepherd's Way Baptist Church and he told me to bring Goober by for the peanuts for free since it's his birthday. Goober ate the peanuts fast. There was a film of salt left at the corner of his lips when he was done. He looked at the salt. Thirsty, he said. Every Negro child in Lee County knows that when you're thirsty and there's no colored drinking fountain, you drink your own spit till you get home. But Goober, he doesn't know nothing about colored water fountains or those marked whites only. He kept whining, I'm thirsty, and before I could stop him, he was running fast to get water from the whites-only fountain. I know a water fountain doesn't care who drinks its water, but white people care. They really care. Goober got to the whites-only fountain and started slurping the water. Then he dipped his face down into the basin to cool off. I have never been more scared for Goober than when I saw 3 white boys coming up on him from behind. I knew those kids. They were the Hatch brothers, Bobby, Cecile, and Jeb. Their daddy owns Hatch Hardware. Goober, get back, I shouted. Goober, startled, then lifted his face, which glistened from the water. The boys had circled around Goober, who was offering them a drink from the fountain. Bobby, the oldest Hatch brother, is my same age, but much taller. He said, well, if it ain't a Negro retard. My heart was a fast pitch inside my chest, making its way to my throat. The panic monster had sharpened his claws, and did they ever pinch? My brother can't read good, I managed to say. He was thirsty. He made a mistake, but we're leaving now. Jeb Hatch said, look, is that a colored girl or a colored boy? Can't tell by the dungarees, which are pants. Mr. Albert had left his cart and come over. He looked just as scared as I felt inside. Goober, Donnie, get on now. Go home, you hear me? But Goober said, want some water, Mr. Albert? I didn't want to holler at Goober. That would scare him. He didn't know what was happening. Mr. Albert folded one arm around Goober and one around me and backed us away slowly. Get out of here and take the Negro retard with you, Cecile called. All 3 Hatch brothers chanted, Negro retard, Negro retard. Then came Sticks and Spitting too. Daddy and Mama have told us to always tell them when we have a run-in with white folks, but telling about a run-in always leads to more trouble somehow. It is late night as I write this. Goober has been rocking in his sleep and singing very quietly happy birthday to me as he dreams and whispering Negro retard into his pillow. Monday, July 12th, 1954, diary book. It's the in-between, not night, not morning. I'm folded in my bedroom's tiny closet with a flashlight writing. It's hot as blazes in here, and the only good air is what's slicing through the cracks of my partway open door. I've come to my closet because what I'm about to tell you feels super secret. And Mama has some kind of special power that lets her know when I'm awake or when I've got my flashlight on under my covers. I don't want to beckon whatever that thing is in Mama. Yolanda told me that the same white lady and the two Negro men in city suits came to her house. Do they sit in your living room, I asked. Yolanda nodded. How long do they stay for? My daddy showed them the door soon after they started talking, she said. I told Yolanda how the lady hugged my mom. Yolanda's eyes went wide. Hugged for real? Touching each other? For real, I said. That's when Yolanda fished a crumpled sheet of paper from her pocket. It was a flyer with lines for people to sign their names. This is what the two men and that lady gave my ma and daddy before they left. I have the steadiest hand in Lee County on account of how firm I can hold a baseball bat, but my hand, all on its own, has a little quiver to it right this minute, and I'm doing something I hate when other people do it, especially at school. I'm chewing on the pencil Goober gave me. The paper Yolanda showed me has Mama's and Daddy's signature on it. I am pasting it here just to make sure it's real, and that this is not one of those dreams like when a Martian comes and takes you to some place green. National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, taps for students to start integration process. Parental consent required. Right off, I recognized Mama's curly signature and Daddy's blocky way of forming letters. They'd signed me up to attend Pretty Men, Coburn, come September. Later, full morning, diary book. Is what I pasted during the in-between really here? Or is it part of Martian dream? I'm going to flip you thick pages back. 1, 2, 3. National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, taps top students to start integration process. Parental consent required. Student name, Dawn Ray Johnson. Grade as of September 8, 1954, 7. Parents, Loretta Johnson, Curtis Johnson. It wasn't a dream. Thursday, July 15th, 1954. Diary book. Yolanda's no pogo stick expert, but she's good at rhyming and singing. Today, I jumped high and hard on my pogo while Yolanda set my pumping to a song. Pogo, pogo, where do we go? To the clouds, to the sky, jumping pumpy way up high. Pogo, pogo, where do we go? To the moon, to the stars, take a pogo trip to Mars. Monday, July 19th, 1954. Diary book. There was a small item in today's newspaper about the All-American Girls Baseball League. It looks like the owners of the AAGBBL will decide to suspend play for the 1955 season. Some of the players will keep touring around, but eventually the AAGBBL will call it quits. The paper said the crowds are at the baseball parks coming to see girls play are drying up. How can that be? Who wouldn't want to see the best girls, batters, pitchers, baseball runners? Now, I'll never get to play in the league. I hope Yolanda doesn't ask. Have you ever seen a Negro player in the All-American Girls Baseball League? I was planning to be the first one. Thursday, July 22nd, 1954, diary book. Tonight for supper, Mama served my favorite two foods, pulled pork and fried pickles. When I came to the table, Goober had set up his peanuts in the shape of a happy face, smiling at the center of us all. Right off, I asked, how come we get special food on the regular night? We're celebrating, Mama said. Mama and Daddy explained some of what Mr. Callan had told us, that the test I had taken at school with Yolanda and Roger had been issued by the Department of Education for the state of Virginia. They said that because of the test results, I had been picked to attend Pretty Men Coburn in September. They told me the test was set up to be very hard so that even me and the other smart kids at Bethune couldn't pass it. If we all flunked, the Department of Education would have a reason to keep us out of Pretty Men. I don't ever flunk, I said. Mama nodded. You 3 kids who took the test passed, she told me. I only missed one question. I knew the question Mama was talking about. She said, "They showed us your test." Mama looked pleased. One of the questions, the test asked to give a word that means a force that propels and starts with the letter M. It said this force is tumultuous, like a storm. I told Mama the question didn't say anything about a storm. "Anyway," said Mama, "the correct answer was Maelstrom." I folded my arms. What kind of word is Maelstrom to give to a kid on a test? Mama said, "You did very well on the test, Donnie. That's what matters most." Daddy was smiling and shaking his head. He said, "My pogo stick does start with the letter M. He told me about the white lady in the black dress and the colored men in big collared suits who'd come to our house. They were from the NAACP, a group of people whose members work to get equal rights for Negroes." "How come that lady was talking funny?" I wanted to know. "And how come she hugged you, Mama?" Daddy answered with a question. "How come you weren't minding your business, Donnie?" That was a private meeting between grown-ups. Goober had set a fried pickle spear onto his plate and had made a pickled-shaped man with peanut arms and legs. "Funny talking, grown-ups funny talking," he said. I didn't dare mention the paper Yolanda had showed me. Daddy told me that the lady from New York, and that's how Northerners speak, and that there's nothing funny about people wanting to help you, even white people. That lady's name was Cynthia Woods, Mama told me. She was very kind and was pleased that we agreed with the work she and the others from the NCCC are doing. Mama and Daddy told me that I'd get a better education at Prettyman Coburn, and they reminded me Prettyman is a far walk from where we live, a whole 2 miles away. "But you have a right to attend the best school in this district," Daddy said, "no matter how far it is." I guess that meant I had the right to walk on those clean Prettyman sidewalks and the right to say good morning to those pretty, pointy Prettyman trees out front and to play on that pretty Prettyman baseball diamond after school. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for that. Yolanda doesn't own a telephone, so I couldn't call to tell her about how happy I was that she and Roger and me were chosen to be Prettyman students. With all this news, none of us had eaten. Mama said grace. "Pass the pork," Daddy said. "Pass me a pickle," I said. Goober said, "Look at my peanut pickle person, Donnie. See my peanut pickle person on my plate?" That's called alliteration. Like Sally sells seashells on the seashore. Try to say that 10 times fast. "See my peanut pickle person on my plate." Mama doesn't even let us play with food, but tonight she allowed Goober his fun. "Let's eat," was all she said. Monday, July 26, 1954, diary book. Tonight after supper, I asked Mama and Daddy if we could buy a TV. They both answered at the same time, "No." "Televisions cost money," Mama said. "Money we don't have," said Daddy. "I don't know much about money except that when you have a nickel, you can buy 5 pretzel sticks. When you have a penny, you can buy sucking candy. When you have a dime, you can buy a root beer. Last Christmas time, I got a penny, 2 nickels, and even some dimes. I didn't spend none of that money. Since I've been old enough to hold a penny, I've been saving to buy a new pogo stick. An ace flyer. I also know this, when you don't spend money on things like peach Melba dresses that are too tight and shiny shoes you don't wear much, you have more money in your pocket for a TV. We were sitting out on the porch watching Goober chase fireflies. The radio was on. We were listening to a commentary about an upcoming game between the Dodgers and the Red Sox when the program was interrupted. The man on the radio said, U.S. Senator Harry F. Breyer vows to stop integration in Virginia. Schools, get the baseball commentary back on, I insisted. For the second time, Mama and Daddy spoke together. Shh. The men on the radio were talking about school, and I did not want to hear it. It's summer, right? Can we please not think about school? Even Goober agreed. He'd change a firefly in a jar and ran to show me. Baseball back on, he sang. Baseball back on. All right, friends, we're going to stop there today. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. It looks like we have blue skies out there. Spike and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.